Fun fact, in the in-game chat, MeomaikA, he said, "That's crazy. Min will beat Cristiano. The earth is flat." I mean, again, it is an upset. Like, Cristiano, he is the favorite player. So for Minnow VK to bring down Cristiano, that is an insane result. A very impressive result here from Minnow VK. Very well done to our Protoss player. And yeah, GG, well played. Congratulations. Even Mixu and MeomaikA couldn't believe their eyes. They're like, wait, what? Cristiano lost? What's going on? Very well done. And predictions are open. Predictions are open for who you think is going to be the other semi-finalist. Who is going to be the Zerg representative? Upon hearing this message, you have a couple of minutes. You have a couple of minutes to place your bets on either the Finnish Zerg or the Vietnamese Zerg. It's up to you. I'm catching up in the chat. I bet my money on Protoss. Someone asking, we haven't seen you stream Final Fantasy in a while. When is it coming back? We've been busy, Papi. We've been busy. Smurge. But here we go, spawning in the bottom right-hand corner of the second semifinals of the night of Sparkling Tuna Cup number 34. We have the Finnish Zerg player representing, I believe, Berserker Esports. Let me just double check, because he is not on the clan. Okay, there we go. Representing Berserker Esports, it is Mixu. And spawning in the top left-hand corner, we have his opponent going for a pool first. Representing Team Gosu, the Vietnamese Zerg player, the last king of the sea, it is MeomaikA. Chat. I see Oliveira still too scared to come to these. I don't blame him. MeomaikA's crazy. He is a crazy player. Very aggressive, very unorthodox. He's going to be going for a pool hatch gas opener, so a very safe opener from MeomaikA. With this, he shuts down 12 pools or 13 12s or any earlier pool aggression from his opponent. Meanwhile, Mixu is going for a hatch gas pool opener. Very economic out of our Finnish Zerg player. Now, if you weren't here last night, we did cast MeomaikA. We casted a lot of MeomaikA in Grand Platypus Open. We did host different tournaments last night for the Oceanic and Southeast Asia region, and we saw a lot of this from MeomaikA. He is very fond of the pool first in this matchup. He's willing to sacrifice some of his economy to have a safer early game and be well prepared here for any kind, or just get into the early to mid game in a stable position. Lings are going to be moving out across the map. Only 4 Lings. MeomaikA is going to be looking for maybe a drone kill. 1 drone is ideal here for Meo, as he's pushing in, and it's going to be on Mixu here to control and to keep these workers alive. As the drones are being pulled away, MeomaikA trying to focus one of them down, but they should make it into the mineral line without too much trouble. Yeah, one of them getting very low, as MeomaikA has to be careful not to be trapped. Oh! As the queen comes out and Meo does get forced back. As a result, because of the openers, Mixu does have an economic lead. Meo forced back. And Mixu is not cutting any corners. We do have a Baneling Nest on the way. We should be seeing a third base momentarily as well. Likewise, MeomaikA has plenty of gas to work with, but he hasn't thrown down a Baneling Nest of his own. Again, he's not really known too much for his Ling Bane aggression. What are we going to be seeing instead? As MeomaikA is being contained to 2 bases, likewise, Mixu not flinching, not taking a third of his own. He's going for a Roach Warren. So Mixu is... Uh-oh. Mixu is walling off over 2 bases, going for roaches. He cancelled the Baneling Nest because he sees that MeomaikA doesn't have a Baneling Nest of his own, but MeomaikA is Ling flooding. He's Ling flooding, and Mixu doesn't have Banelings. Uh-oh. He is in some trouble. He has to fully wall off. As Meo is flooding across the map, Queen's looking to hunt down these overlords. The wall is looking solid. Queen is under threat, and the Queen, it looks like it may go down. But the choke point, it's quite narrow here, and Mixu should be able to hold. Loses the Queen, but only one Queen. As Mixu does lose an Overlord across the map, oh, he is going to be supply blocked quite heavily here for quite some time. And MeomaikA, he's expanding, he's droning. He is macroing out of this. Initially, yes, he cut workers, but now he's going back into it. And MeomaikA has a worker lead. And because of that supply block, Mixu can't really be too aggressive. He does have roaches on the way, but only a handful of them. Don't really know how threatening they're going to be here to MeomaikA. As the roaches are waddling across the map. MeomaikA in position. He's looking to collapse on this army. He's going for the surround. He takes down the Lings. He's going to get a surround on these roaches. Mixu overextending. Ooh, a big loss here for Mixu. A lot of gas down the drain. As he was almost baited into a roach counterattack. And because of that supply block earlier, he just didn't really have a lot to work with. The third base is in danger. MeomaikA, he maintains his economic lead. Mixu will defend with his own roaches. He's going to be able to hold on to his 3 bases. But MeomaikA, he has found himself in a really nice position. We have Ravagers on the way. He's up to 43 drones. He's even droning up even further. Oh my god. Now, something that's interesting is that MeomaikA doesn't have an Evo chamber. Oh. He gets another Overlord. Oh god, another big supply block. Okay, thankfully the third base finishing gets him out of that. But MeomaikA, he doesn't have an Evo chamber. What that means, no upgrades. It means that he isn't really looking further into this game. I do think that he's going to be going for one big Ravager Ling push. Meanwhile, the Ling counterattack is getting a lot of damage done. Meo, he had such a massive worker lead and he's losing it. 11 drones go down. This shows how far ahead Meo was. With those 11 workers going down, the worker count has equalized. We are now even in workers. Meo no longer has that economic lead, and boy, Mixu is fighting back. He even catches some of these Ravagers. Can he get one? He will. Does snipe a Ravager. Very nice pick off. But MeomaikA still has a massive army advantage. He has been mining more for longer, and he has a massive lead as a result. He collapses on this army, gets us around. Roaches will fall, and Mixu, I don't think he has enough to defend. I don't think he has enough to hold on to this third base. He did a lot of economic damage, which was great. But his army pales in comparison. Too far behind. The third base is being broken. Meo, he doesn't care about the third. He pushes into the natural. Boys have to be pulled into these biles. Oof. And MeomaikA is looking to take a lead in this series. GG gets called. Meo takes game number 1. GG, well played again. Meo, he can just be such a hard player to read. I mentioned earlier, because there was no Evo chamber, he was nonetheless already working towards this really big Ravager Ling push. And sure, Mixu was able to get a lot of economic damage done, was able to cripple the economy of MeomaikA. He didn't care. He was already all in. Like, he was already working on that big attack. And Mixu, because he was behind earlier, he was still struggling to recover. Wasn't able to, and MeomaikA is up 1-0 in this series. But it's a best of 3. It is a best of 3. There are still chances here for Mixu to bring it back and to force the ace match. Asher needs to quit work so we can get some Terrans in these. I mean, we had Terran players in this tournament. We had Nick Rect and Battle B, but they unfortunately they just barely couldn't make it into the semis. The other typical Terran players that we have here, players like Cuckoo, maybe Baby Marine. Not here today, not here today. Maybe too early on a Sunday for them to be awake. It's possible, it's possible. Shaking my head, shaking my head. And the other typical player, the other regular that we have that isn't here today is Honmono. Honmono is not here. Este Honmono. I should ping him. Hold on. There we go. As we are getting into our next game and spawning in the top right-hand corner of Ancient Cistern, we have... Oh, I should fix this. There we go. I should fix the colors as well. Un momento. There we go. We have the Finnish Zerg player representing Berserker Esports down in the series, but no doubt it is Mixu. And spawning in the bottom left-hand corner, we have his opponent. We have the Vietnamese Zerg player representing Team Gosu, leading the series 1-0. It is MeomaikA. Oh. MeomaikA, a very unpredictable player, very unorthodox, really hard to read, especially in ZvZ. A close second, or closely behind that, is ZVP. Those are the two best matchups for MeomaikA. European scene has witnessed that firsthand. It was last year, I believe, where MeomaikA, he was able to travel internationally, and when he was out there in those dream hacks, he was able to bring down players like Spirit, able to bring down players like Hearthstone, go toe-to-toe with Showtime. Yeah, they experienced MeomaikA firsthand. It was crazy. He's the best player in Southeast Asia for a reason, so yeah, we'll see if he can be stopped here and now in the semifinals. We shall see. For the time being, Hatch gas pool opener from Mixu, very economic, very standard opener from our blue Zerg player. MeomaikA once again goes for a pool first. Goes for an earlier pool timing. With this, he has faster queens, he has faster lings, but we have a different variation. MeomaikA, despite going for the pool first, because this map is so large, he doesn't make any lings, only queens. Queens and drones, so he's cutting corners, he is cutting lings this time, just to keep up economically. And because this map is so large, it makes sense. Even if you're going for a pool first, your lings, they take so long to get across the map. By the time they do, Mixu should have plenty to defend. And Mixu is going for a scout. Meanwhile, MeomaikA, oh, going for a very fast Evo chamber. Now, if this was any other Zerg player, I would expect this to be +1 melee for a Ling Flood, but because it's MeomaikA, he has been known to go for +1 carapace instead. Oh! Ooh, as a Ling barely makes it in, and Mixu, he does slip behind the mineral line, and he scouts the Evo chamber. He sees everything, and we have +1 range. I love this. So, Mixu, he scouts the opener. He sees an Evo chamber. This should be +1 melee. This should be a Ling Flood. And Mixu, I imagine, is going to throw down a Bailey Nest and prepare for that. Or Warlock. We'll see. But instead, MeomaikA, he just changes gears. He goes for +1 range and goes for a fast Roach Warren instead. Very unorthodox from MeomaikA. Like, no one rushes +1 range. It's not really a thing. But I'm pretty sure he's doing this because he got scouted. I think if he wasn't scouted, he would have gone for a different direction. Gone in a different direction, I should say. As Mixu is testing the waters, he is skipping the Bailey Nest. He's going straight for the Roach Warren. I'm loving it. Mixu, he's playing a game of chicken here with MeomaikA. He's like, nah, you're not gonna Ling Flood me. You're not gonna rush. You're not gonna flood Lings against me. Not after I scattered you. And he's right. He's right. Meanwhile, Mio, he's cutting workers at 33. 2 base all in. No third base. Roaches are on the way. But Mixu will have defensive roaches available. Again, Mixu is reading this very well. Even though Mixu didn't scout the Roach Warren of MeomaikA, even though he doesn't know the upgrade that's on the way, he is reading this very well. Meanwhile, Mio attempts to go for a Ling counterattack, but no, he is stopped. Meanwhile, on the front lines, likewise, the Ling counterattack of Mixu is also pushed back. The roaches were revealed to those Lings. And we have a Spine Crawler on the way. Mixu is getting ready for the all-in. MeomaikA, he doesn't have a third. He's not droning. He is just making nothing but army units, nothing but Lings, nothing but roaches, and he's sending everything across the map. And Mixu is prepared to lose his third. We have 2 spine crawlers on the way here at the natural. Is that going to be enough? He has roaches as well. Queens, transfuse. Killing this third base, we need more than that. We need more than just to kill a hatchery. I guess technically MeomaikA could drone behind this, but here we go. We do have a massive link counterattack. We had a surround on the queen. The boys have to be pulled. At the same time, can MeomaikA break this position with 2 spine crawlers with queens to transfuse? I don't think he can. He has to back off. I think MeomaikA has to expand. Yep, he's droning. He's droning. He's expanding. Okay, so MeomaikA, he's just hoping that this contain is good enough. He has a lot of catching up to do, though. MeomaikA has a lot of droning to do. Is going into +1 carapace. Mixu not too far behind with his own third base. And things are settling down. Uh-oh. Ooh, oh god. That's a kill, not a cancel. I was gonna say that things are looking pretty even, but that is 300 minerals down the drain. Mixu a little bit behind at this point. Yeah, I'm quite concerned for him. Sure, Mixu, he has a higher drone count, but he's not mining. Like, he's not mining efficiently with his workers, so they may as well be on a more even worker count at this point. Mio with a much faster third. Again, is droning quite heavily. Overlord does go down. That is going to supply block Mixu. Oh, we have 2 Overlords on the way to try to break free from that. Likewise, Mio also a little bit supply blocked. Another link counterattack. No Overlords are in position. Mio, he's going to look for a surround, but I don't think he's going to force a cancel. The roaches, they should be able to react in time. Oh no, we're going to cancel. Mio, he commits. He forces a cancel on the third, containing Mixu to 2 bases once again. Ugh. He just wants a third base. Let him expand. Mixu just wants a third. As Mio is taking a big economic lead. Again, he has less drones, but he's mining more efficiently. +2 on the horizon. Lair is done for roach speed as well. Mixu does get eyes on the worker count of his opponents, and I wonder, what is the plan here for Mixu? Does he go for a +2 timing? Does he go all in? Or does he try to saturate this third? Oh, as the Overseer goes down, Mixu is supply blocked once again. Both players are. Jesus. As we do see more roaches in production. Yeah, Mixu is working on a push. But he's droning behind it, so it looks like he's just posturing. Mixu is attempting to saturate this third, while MeomaikA has a massive army lead. Lings, they're not going to get a cancel this time. But as Mixu has been droning, as he has been saturating this third base, MeomaikA has been making nothing but roaches. He is up in army supply. He's waiting for +2 to kick in. That is a saving grace for Mixu. Mixu has a faster +2. So it's going to take a little bit here for MeomaikA to really push out. The longer this goes on, the better it's going to be for Mixu, as his economy is kicking in and he's closing the gap in supply. Yeah, and I think we just have to go. We just have to move out at this point. The Biles! They take down the Overseer. A solid snipe out of Mio. Very nicely done. +2 about to kick in. Mio about to max out. Here we go. He's pulling the trigger. Mixu back at home. He does have some spine crawlers between his bases. I think this is a mistake. He's taking into Hydras. Hydras aren't the best defensive unit right now. More Roaches and Ravagers would be more ideal. Overlords are fanned out. The push has been spotted. Mixu is getting in position, and he is keeping up in the army supply. He has the concave. Mio doesn't care. He's pushing in. Biles will connect. Big connections in the center of Mio's army. But he may just have too much. Yeah, he does have too much. He breaks through the army of Mixu. We can see him crumbling again. Hydras are not the best unit here. And MeomaikA did have a super maxed army. He cut workers so much early on. And he has too much. That's going to be it. The third base is being broken. Reinforcements are trickling on out, but it's not going to be enough here for Mixu. You can see him just plummet heavily in supply. And Mio is going to get the 2-0. GG gets called. MeomaikA advances on to the grand finals. GG. GG, well played. MeomaikA, he is the king of the sea. Ooh, for a good reason. And he's a terrifying player in this matchup as well, just going for twists and turns, just really keeping Mixu on his toes. Again, just really difficult to read MeomaikA, and yeah, Mio, he was able to keep his roaches hidden, stay on a low worker count, go for one big massive roach push, and he snowballed out of control. GG, well played. And now we have our two finalists. We have our grand finals. Let's go. Let us go. We casted the PvP earlier, and it's going to be a ZvP grand finals. As a result, it's going to be MeomaikA versus MiddleVK. I'm just setting up. Meanwhile, my condolences to Mixu. I mean, he's a great player, and he did amazingly taking down Nicaract to make it to the semifinals. But here, he did meet his match. Did meet his end at the hands of MeomaikA. But I hope we get to see more of Mixu, of Cristiano, of all these players in the coming weeks. To look forward to it. As at the end of the day, this is a tournament, this is a competition. We do have to whittle everyone away until we are down to 2 players. Exclamation mark B in the chat if you guys want to have a look at the bracket yourselves. If you want to have a look at the run that these players have been going on at their journey through the Sparkling Tuna Cup. MiddleVK bringing down Rostock and Cristiano. He's had a hard time, you know. Every single series has gone to the ace match for MiddleVK, but he makes it to the finals. Meanwhile, MeomaikA, he brought down Silky and Mixu. Only Zergs, I just realized. MeomaikA, he faced off against only Zerg players to make it to the finals, where he has a Protoss looking to face off. I'm ready for it.